Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the What the Football channel. This is the BH and Scrubber Show. And on today's show, we're going to be covering the upcoming game, the Commanders against the Arizona Cardinals. It's going to be being played in Arizona. Please join us on Sunday. We're going to do a live reaction show, play-by-play, at 4:05 Eastern, 1:05 Pacific. Come and join us. It's always a lot of fun. We yell and scream, and we're looking for that win. And it wouldn't be the BH and Scrubber Show without our boy, BH. Welcome, BH.
Thanks, man. Good to be here. Man, I tell you, I wanted to enjoy that win a little longer.
Yeah.
But here we are. Got to
Yeah.
get ready for the next game. No rest for the weary. So another road trip. So that's interesting. I think back-to-back road trips can be a little bit hard on a team.
Mm-hmm.
But at least we had a victory.
Yeah.
So this Arizona Cardinal team is going to be interesting. They started out the season on defense as rated as one of the worst, and they haven't quite turned out as bad. They've done a fairly decent job.
Mm-hmm.
I think playing better than we are, but they're not great. This is another 3-4-D. I think we had that when we played the Giants. We're pretty used to that kind of a setup. And quite frankly, I think a lot of teams, even ours, even if you call us base 4-2 or whatever, there's a lot of 3-4 looks. Everyone's doing it. Everyone's got those edge defenders. Their interior is not that great. Now, they lost their defensive tackle, Justin Jones, for the year. He's a vet. But quite frankly, I was looking at PFL, man, and he's like the 94 out of 95 defensive lineman. So I wish he didn't get hurt, but he's gone. So yeah, up the middle, we might have some luck against them because we're not going to have Eckler. I think Brian Robinson Jr. is really going to have to step up. I mean, he's really going to have to because a lot like Cincinnati, who was supposed to be a little soft in the middle, these guys are the same way, but they got great defensive ends. So Zaven Collins and a guy that no one really, you don't hear about, but I was reading about him, Dennis Gardeck. These guys come off the edge, they're ready to go. I mean, they're pretty darn good. So it's kind of the same kind of thing. Now, we didn't really have much luck against Cincinnati in the run game.
No, not at all.
And I wouldn't say I went back and looked, and I wouldn't say they're absolutely stacking our line or anything like that. They played better than they had been graded, so, but with this group here, I would still say attack up the middle.
Yeah.
And then, and every now and then design run with Jaden, let him run wide and make those two defensive ends chase them, gas them a little bit, work it around like that. But I just think that, and they have a good safety in Budda Baker, but there's no one else in those DBs that's lights out really good. So I think we can attack them at all levels. You know what I mean? Because their pass rush isn't so great that we just have to just run the ball. But I think they got enough softness all over that defense where we can run on them, get some intermediate passes, go over the top. So they're, which is really good for us because so far Kingsbury and Jaden have seemed to work out a system where they're attacking here, attack outside, quick screens, bubble screens, quarterback design run. And so it's so I kind of think they play into that for us. They don't have there's not one part of their defense that's stellar. So I think we could. I'm not making a prediction, but I don't think 30 points is crazy talk.
Yeah.
So
after seeing what they did last week, who do you think they're going to bring up from the practice squad? Michael Wiley or Chris Rodriguez Jr.?
Man, in practice, it's hard. It's going to be interesting to see. I mean, it's kind of a tie, but I think the guy they bring up is just going to be the guy who does best in practice.
Okay.
The guy who the best reps. They might have an idea of pass protection, run blocking, and how they do there, but it's the guy who has the best reps in practice. The guy who seems to understand the play calls, understands the scheme. I guess Jeremy McNichols will probably get most of the Eckler kind of carries and stuff, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Or he'll get the third down stuff. And obviously he's not as dynamic as Eckler, which is why I'm sort of harping on Brian Robinson Jr. This might be a step up game, 110 yards and a touchdown kind of a game from him. Oh, and before we move to the defense, I want to say one more thing. That play that everyone's talking about where Jaden hit Terry, low percentage play. Well, for one thing, Jaden got smoked and he knew it was going to happen. I mean, and he saw the guy coming, and he even said, he goes, well, I knew I was going to get hit, but I knew it was good, zero coverage. So I had one-on-one. But did you see Jeremy McNichols block by any chance?
Yeah.
He lifted that guy up and planted him.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah. I mean, I would hate to be that guy when they're watching film the next day.
Yeah. There was a few people that I watched highlighted that particular block. So
I mean,
deserve kudos.
Yeah. I mean, I just want him to, block the guy and move him out of the way. He doesn't have to kill him. But anyway, that was pretty fun. So anyway, so what do you think? What do you think of their offense with our defense?
Well, luckily for us, Cliff Kingsbury pretty much helped Kyler Murray get going. So he's awfully familiar with him. So he should be able to help us out on the defense with that. He knows how he operates. We all know how he operates. He's really good. Before I get to that, one of the big things I want to talk about was that the team went straight from Cincinnati to Arizona. So they didn't go back to Virginia. They went straight to Arizona and started practicing and acclimating to that. And I thought that was super smart because I looked at what the temperature was going to be. It's going to be 111 degrees on Sunday.
Wow.
Game. Right. It's going to be fucking blistering.
Right.
So to go there early and get going, not only on the temperature to acclimate to the temperature, but to acclimate on the time. So actually a 4:05 for them is really a 1:05.
Yeah.
Technically for us. So I thought it was pretty smart. And for Harris to put out the money to put them all up in hotels and feed them and all that I think that's big. So I thought that was number one. And to watch out for, I saw a lot recently in these games, people are getting a lot of cramps. So hopefully they're hydrating. You've seen last night in Dallas, they had to pull out Diggs, give them the IV, get them back in. A few people were having cramps and coming out, had to be out the field for a minute. So hopefully they're taking care of that. So as far as the Cardinals offense, of course, Kyler Murray, what you want to do is you want to keep him in the pocket. But not for long.
Yeah, right.
Because that lets Marvin Harrison get open. And who's that other guy? Michael Wilson, who's really good. You can't let him sit in the pocket too long. Contain the pocket, collapse it on him. Don't let him run. That's number one. Also, cover Harrison. Put two people up if you have to. James Conner is the running back. He's really, really good. I like James Conner all the way back from the Pittsburgh Steelers days. He was really good. One opportunity for our defense with Conner and for Murray, which is what we need on the defense, is they could be turnover prone.
Yeah.
So our defense is like 30th or 29th in turnovers and interceptions and yards against per game. We're just like in the toilet all the way around. So this could be a turnaround time for them to get a strip sack or an interception. And that Forbes is going to be playing. Emmanuel Forbes is going to be in. And I guess that's an upgrade. So what he needs to do is if he's Mr. 6 interceptions in his last year in college or whatever, and that's a ball hawk. That's what he's supposed to do. That's what he needs to do this game. He needs to do it against Marvin Harrison, and he needs to get a build on that. He needs to build up his confidence with that, and he needs to get an interception. This defense needs 2 turnovers this game. Our defense has not been turning over the ball, and it's been killing us.
Yep.
Turnovers win games. Also, DJ Dallas, their kick return guy. He's there, Austin Eckler, on the kick return. I think he ran one to the house not too long ago.
Yeah.
I remember him playing from back in when I used to watch Seattle. So
right.
I always thought he was good, and he never got an opportunity, and here he does. So the other thing is Jean-Baptiste is going to be in a little bit more because Cleveland Farrell is out.
Yep.
So I'm happy about that. I thought he did great last week. They got Jamin Davis an opportunity to get in there. And for me, always, not only the turnovers, not only the penalties, which we did really, really good last week, is tackling. We can't let Kyler Murray get away from you. Once you put hands on him, he's got to be tackled. And so those are all my biggest beefs right there. Our defense is screwy, but Joe Witt did say, look, we've been working on this stuff. The communication level came up after the first and second game. People are starting to figure out what they're supposed to be doing. And he's saying this is all supposed to come together in this game. So that's what we're going to be looking out for. The defense coming together. And I think the offense can take care of their own business, and we should be able to pull out the W.
Very good. Well, it's good to hear him say that because it's exactly what you and I talked about. I think just off camera after the last show was there's none of these guys are probably going to turn into stellar players on defense. They are who they are. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? There's not like some guy now, maybe Mike Sainstro, Johnny Newton, but I mean, we are who we are. So how are we going to get better? You're going to get better by buying into the scheme 100%, the no-name defense where everyone on the team only does for the team and buys into what the coaches teach you 100%. That's how you can have a great defense if you don't have star players. So maybe that's what coach is talking about. Hey, we're getting to that point where we're communicating, and because that's how they're going to win. Because this defense isn't just going to be a top 5 defense overnight. It's going to be a lot of work. And I'm glad, Dante Fowler, like you said, he got in there. Jamin got a few snaps. And I was just looking, also Andre Jones.
Oh, okay.
They let Andre get about 6 pass rushes in. So I think,
Andre.
Yes, I think they're kind of going, hey, we're going to try, Baptiste, Jamin, Andre, someone's got to give us a spark. Someone's got to come off that edge. And so give everyone a shot. So, pretty exciting. And I'm really glad about the road trip, the way they handled it, because quite frankly, in a way, it's easier on the players because you don't get to see family and stuff. And I get that that's important. But the other thing is, you go home, you go to practice, see your family, boom, you're on a plane, you're going to Arizona. You're not seeing too many people anyway, bro.
Yeah.
It's too crazy. You're packing, unpacking, packing again. Screw it, man. Just go straight out to Arizona and start getting ready.
And they're all in one place in Arizona, whereas in the DMV, one guy lives here, one guy lives here, one guy lives here. They all have to travel and come to the one place, where in Arizona, I'm sure they're all in the same hotel.
Yep.
Boom, take a bus and go straight to the thing. I think that was a brilliant move by the team to do that.
I like it. Yeah, and on a short week like that. No, and I will say just one correction, and this is good news. That is a dome.
Oh, okay.
In Arizona.
Okay.
So, but
yeah, they better start the air conditioning now then.
Yeah, they 117. Hey, my grandson lives in Phoenix, brother, and he'll tell you it's no joke.
Yeah,
and you walk out the door and you just want to wilt.
Yeah, I've been to Phoenix, dude. I got off the bus one time when I was traveling. It was like 113 degrees. I was like, God, it was crazy. So
I know you. So anyway, hey man, looks good. I'll be there in the chat while you're live streaming it, and man, let's keep going. We want to win. I want to win. You want to win, but I also want to play better. I want to see this thing keep going. The offense did it. Let's have the defense do it.
Yeah. Awesome.
Let's do it.
BH.
All right, man. See you guys. See everybody on Sunday, man.
Thanks, everybody.